What's going on, guys? I'm about to get my muzzleloader out and shoot it, but before that, I'm going to show y'all what I done this last week. Check this out. I painted my lawnmower. Took all the hood and fenders and everything off. Painted that dude. It used to be orange. It's a Husqvarna. It used to be Husqvarna orange. Thought I would I need to get me a new seat for it, but I ain't too worried about it. That's the only lawnmower I've ever seen that color, and I like it. All right, guys, I'm out here today with my CVA Frontier muzzleloader. The last time I cleaned it, I put a patch down in the end of the barrel, and I put a patch over the cap tube with oil on it to try and keep it from getting rusted, because it's really bad about getting rusted. So the first thing I'm going to do today before I shoot is I'm going to take this thing and I'm going to put my phone over top of the barrel and look and see if it rusted, and see if this keeping this oil on this patch shoved down in the end of the barrel kept any rust from forming while it was sitting in there. It's only been in there maybe about 3 weeks since I cleaned it and put the oil in it and put the patch in the end of it. So, and it was really clean when I cleaned it. So I'm getting ready to do that right now. We're gonna look and see if the phone will pick up down in the barrel and see if there's any rust in there. It's not too bad. It's better than it was the last time. Still got a little bit of rust formed about in the middle. But I've just got my phone lens right over the end of the barrel, and I'm shining my light down in the place where the cap goes on the side, just to get some light down in there. You can see there's a little rust in there, but it's not bad. Usually it's pretty bad off, but it's not too bad this time. So it looks like putting that patch down in there and plugging the end of the barrel with oil on the patch definitely has helped to keep rust from forming inside my gun. The other day I went down to the gun store and I bought a few things. I'm gonna show y'all. I got some boar butter. This is supposed to keep the rust and stuff out, and I've never used it before. Somebody told me that's what I needed to put in there between shooting, so that's what I'm going to use today after I shoot it and clean it. Boar butter. The other thing I picked up, so I love shooting my muzzleloader, but it costs a lot of money. If you shoot the bullets that I use for hunting out of it, you're talking about almost $1 a bullet. I found these black powder round ball. And this is what they used to shoot back in the 1800s. Everybody shot round balls, and they were effective. And I just was always curious about what would happen if I was to try to use 50 caliber round balls in my CVA Frontier. So I got some. I got some patches to go with them, the pre-lubricated patches. I've got 3 targets set up, the spatter targets. I got a couple of AR 500 steel plates hung up. I'm gonna do some shooting here in a minute, and we're gonna see how accurate these round balls are. I'm at about 30 yards, which I've killed a whole lot of deer from 30 yards. Most of the deer that I've killed have been from 30 yards or less. Most of the deer, I've killed a few deer out to 65 with a muzzleloader, 70, but never shot one with a muzzleloader at 100. So if these round balls are still accurate just as much as my power belts that I've been shooting, with this gun I can stack power belts in a 3-inch circle all day at 30 yards. So as long as I can do the same thing with this round ball, then I'll know they're accurate and I can use them for hunting if I want to. Probably if I was going to hunt, I would just go ahead and use my power belts, just because I think they're a little bit better at killing deer. These round balls are probably good for killing deer, but power belts, I always get a clean pass through on both sides. I get a good blood trail, and if something's working, there's no reason to change it. But I love shooting this gun, and for target practice purposes, it's going to save me money, and that's a good thing. This a whole box of these, and there's 100 in here. 100 quantity 150 caliber round balls was only $20. I thought I was going to go up there and it was going to be like 50 bucks. $20 for 100 of those. And this set of 100 patches was $10. So I've got 100 shots for 30 bucks. If you just count the patches and the round balls. I've got a bunch of old powder right here. Both these powders are at least 3 to 5 years old. So one of them is probably more like 10 years old. So I need to shoot some of this powder up. So as long as I've had that, I'm counting that $0. I've killed deer with it and everything, so I'm counting that paid for. This powder I'm using is RS muzzleloading propellant, Hodgdon brand Pyrodex, and this is the same thing. It just looks like the bottle looks different that it's in, the jug it's in looks different, but it says for black powder firearms only, not black powder, a safer substitute. I don't know what the difference in the compound is between this and black powder, but this has always worked good for me. I continue to use it because it always works good. I'm gonna set these cameras up and I'll get back with y'all. We're gonna do some shooting. All right, guys, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a cap. I got my caps in this bag right here. I'm gonna shoot a cap through the muzzleloader just to clear out the oil and everything that's in the muzzleloader. Make sure I don't have any fouling. This shouldn't be very loud. I'm not gonna put any hearing protection in. That was just to clean out the oil from the muzzleloader. Now, since I got that done, I'll lower that. I'll go ahead and load my first round ball. I've never loaded a round ball in my life. I've been watching some YouTube videos on round balls. Looks pretty simple. I'm going to start out with the same powder load that I use for hunting, which is 80 grains. I don't see any reason to change my powder load for a round ball. It says that they're, they don't tell me what grain they are. So I don't know how heavy they are. I shoot 295 grain power belts, and they're devastating on a deer. So I don't know what grain these bullets are, but they may shoot a little high or something if they're lighter weight. So I'm taking my 80 grains of powder, dumping it in my muzzleloader. Make sure it all goes in there. Tap on it a little bit. Make sure it all goes down. Put my lid back on here so in case I get any sparks. Now, from what I understand, it's very simple. I'm just going to take my patch, open the bag up, take one patch out, lay it on top of the gun, and take a round ball, sit it on top of the patch, start it in a little bit. Take my hand loader, get it started. Seems like it's going in fairly easy. Take my ramrod, make sure it's seated all the way out. Put my ramrod back in. Alright, I'm going to take a cap. Get my cap out and get it ready. I'm going to go ahead and put my hearing protection in. Alright guys, here we go. I'm going to turn this camera on. See where we're hitting at. Here we go. Looks like I shot to the right a little bit. It could have just been me. All right, let's load up another one. Got my powder keg set to 80 grains. Dump powder in there till it's over full. Let the excess powder go back into the keg. Dump it in my gun. Lay the patch on top of the gun. Put the round ball on top of the patch. Start it in. My ramrod out. Make sure it's seated. Get my cap out. Let's see if I'm hitting the same place or if it pulls. If I was pulling it, let's see what happens. Same target. Oh, I hit dead center on that one, boy. So I must have pulled on that right one. That's a good shot. I shoot the eye out of a deer at 30 yards with this thing, man, with a round ball. That's open sights on a old CVA Frontier. Full bead, right on the bullseye, squeeze the trigger. Boom, right down the middle. I think I pulled on that first shot. Plus the barrel was a little bit, it was clean, so it didn't have any fouling, so that might have helped a little bit too. I'm gonna shoot one more at that same group and see if I hit equivalent. All right, we're ready to go. Here we go again. Third shot, same target. See what happens. Man, that is an awesome group. Man, that is an awesome group. That's touching the other hole in the middle. This thing's dead on with these round balls. I would not want to be that deer, let's put it that way. Guys, this is awesome. I love getting out here shooting this thing. I'm gonna shoot one of these pieces of steel that I've got hanging up out here and see how hard it hits this steel. Y'all ready? Boom! Boom! Guys, this is fun, fun, fun. If you hadn't ever shot a muzzleloader, if you don't own one, I'm telling you, it's a fun thing to get into. You just got to be careful. You got to make sure you know what you're doing. And you're using the right kind of powder. You don't use any kind of loading powder for this at all. Use Pyrex or black powder only. It has to say for a muzzleloader on it, or it has to just say black powder on it. You don't want to use anything like smokeless powder, anything in a muzzleloader. If you don't know what you're doing, make sure you do know what you're doing before you do it. But this is a fun thing to do. Get out here and get your stuff out, load some stuff up. These round balls shoot super accurate at 30 yards. They're super cheap. You can shoot a lot more of them than you can the power belts for the price. So if you're going to do a lot of this shooting, I recommend getting these round balls and using them. I'm pretty sure I could hunt with these round balls. I believe I could kill a squirrel at 30 yards with them, to be honest with you. From what it looks like to me, I could hit a dang squirrel in the head with one of these round balls. So, like I said, this muzzleloader right here, I got it at a pawn shop. I paid $169 for. You can get a brand new muzzleloader from Walmart for $100. You don't even got to go and fill out all the paperwork. Just walk in there and buy it and walk out. As long as you're not a convicted felon or anything like that, you're not going to get in any trouble. You just walk in there, buy it, and walk out. And this is very simple, but very effective and very accurate rifle. And it takes a while to reload it, but if you're good with your first shot, you can take big game with this. Take big deer, bears, anything you want with a muzzleloader. I appreciate y'all for watching my channel. Hit that like and subscribe button, and have a nice day.